You need to stop beating yourself up for not achieving your goals. We need to stop this. We need to be kinder to ourselves. We need to be nicer to ourselves. And let's actually look at why we might not be achieving our goals. Okay? Okay. Hi, my name is Scola, and you are doing amazing. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I really want to talk about why you might not be achieving your goals and actually dive deep into some reasons that I just feel like a lot of us don't talk about. Like, I feel like hustle culture is like, achieve your goals, and if you don't achieve your goals and it's your fault, then you're a piece of shit. I don't like that, okay? I like being nice to myself, okay? That being said, I can be very mean to myself, but I realized that being mean to myself gets me nowhere. Being hard on myself all the time literally gets me nowhere. I like love and affection. My love language is words of affirmation. So tell me why I'm being mean to myself. Like, oh my God, you're amazing. You're doing so great. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, so we're gonna be talking about reasons why you might not be achieving your goals. And hopefully these reasons will help you to adjust the way you approach setting goals. And if you're interested in other ways of achieving your goals, then I would suggest you go and watch my last video, or was it my last video? Anyway, I'll leave it down below about an alternative to setting goals, and hopefully that should also help you. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell button, okay? Listen to me, you have to click that bell button so you get notified, because so many of you guys always say that you haven't seen me in the longest of times. I've been here. You click that bell button so that you get notified, but also your goal is gonna be uploading regularly. I've got a regular upload schedule. So is it Mondays? Mondays and Thursdays, and I think there's like a bonus that I can throw in there. We'll see how the year goes, but she's gonna be uploading regularly, okay? Anyway, the first reason why you might not be achieving your goals is that it's not the right time. I feel like in every other area of our lives, we talk about timing, fate, how everything happens for a reason. If you're religious, spiritual, then you'll be like, you know, it's whatever God has in store for me. It's whatever God has planned in God's time, okay? But for some reason, when it comes to goals, we just blame ourselves and we're like, it's me, it's my fault I didn't achieve this. Have you ever stopped to look back and be like, why didn't I achieve the goal? Like, what actually led me to not achieving the goal? Because sometimes there are barriers put in your way that, yes, you can always overcome barriers, but sometimes they're not barriers. Sometimes they're just those things that just like send you off in a different path. So it's not like stopping you, it's just like, actually, I am gonna need you to go this direction because this is actually your path and your journey for the moment. And I always think about the timing of when I achieved my first ever health and fitness goal and how I started this channel and I started my career and how my life has been mapped out by that one decision. But the timing of that, and I think I always remember because I had a diary entry and I think it was July 10th. I'll have to look back and check, but I think July 10th, 2010. I have to look back because I think I made a video about the actual day I started that health and fitness journey that led to everything that you see now. But I always think if I had done that earlier or if I'd done that later, the timing would have been so different that my life wouldn't have ended up the way that it has now. So that goal had to happen then and there in that time in order for me to get to where I am now. So if you haven't achieved a goal, yes, maybe you should carry on trying, but also the right time will come. And just right now is not the time for that, okay? The second reason why you might not have achieved a goal is that goal is not for you. That goal is not for you. You might think you want that, you might think you need that, but that is not gonna be your path. So for example, for my OGs that know me, one of my goals might have been to go to university. Now, we all know I have not gone to university. I didn't do higher education out of my own choice. We're gonna find out why. But that was my goal. I thought, yeah, we're all gonna go to uni. We're all gonna graduate. This is great. Wait, I'm not, because I couldn't afford to go to university because the visa I had at the time wouldn't allow me to get funding that I needed to go to university. Very sad at the time. I bawled my eyes out. I was so upset. But then when I look at my life now, it all makes sense because had I gone and done that, my life would have been so different. I would have gone down a different path, and everything I've done since has led me to where I am now. So sometimes a goal just isn't for you. And actually, you have to always look at the overarching goal. Like for me, going to uni meant achieving success so that I could start a career. I still got to do that. And even if my goal had been to learn something new, I still got to learn a lot of new stuff. I still got to study. I still got to do things just in a different way and not in the way that I envisioned it. So sometimes we set out goals and they're just not for us, or they look a little bit different than we think they are. But if you want to interpret them, look back and be like, oh, actually, I still got to achieve what I wanted to achieve, just not that specific thing. The third thing is you're not doing anything differently. So that goal is something that you need to achieve. But the problem is you keep approaching it in the same way over and over and over again. So for example, you're like, I want to lose weight. I am going to eat like this in a way that I don't enjoy. I'm going to do this exercise that I don't enjoy, and hopefully I'll get the results and I'll stick to it in the long term. Obviously, you can see the issue there. You don't enjoy something. So you need to think about doing things differently. So maybe you need to pick an exercise that you enjoy more. So reassess how you've been trying to achieve that goal and look at how you can do it for yourself. How can you make it work for you? Like, we always want to work for our goals, but how can we make that goal work for us? Okay, we never ask that question. So this is why reflecting is always a really good practice, just because you can look back, see what wasn't working, see why you didn't stick to something, see why something didn't work out, and be like, okay, if I go back, then this is how I can make this happen for moi, okay? Another reason why you might not be achieving a goal, you might not have a strong enough reason behind it. I think when it comes to anything, you want to make sure that you have a reason why. Like, why am I actually doing this? Because if you ever get up to do something and you feel that feeling of, why am I doing this? You're gonna find it hard to achieve something if you're always asking yourself why, and the reason why is not good enough. If, for example, I don't know, your goal is to buy a Chanel bag. You really want to buy a Chanel bag. Now, if your reason is just to impress other people and that is not a good enough reason to actually make you feel like you want to do that, you're never going to feel motivated to save up for that Chanel bag and actually buy it. I mean, that was really random, but I just thought I'd use a random example of trying to find a good reason why. Like, the same goes for any fitness goals that you might have. If you are looking to transform your body because you're trying to impress other people, trying to impress somebody else, do it for anything that isn't serving you, then you're not going to see it through, because it's actually not making you happy, as you're not actually doing it for you. So make sure the reason why you decide to do anything is good enough to keep you going. Okay? Okay. Also, you might be setting too many goals. So sometimes we want to achieve so much at once that we're like, okay, this goal, this goal, this goal, this goal, this goal. Maybe just simplify it and just set yourself 3 main goals where you're like, this is just what I want to achieve. And with that, you might want to make them intentions instead of goals. If you want to find out what intentions are, then make sure you go watch my last video, because I went into this. But I feel like sometimes we overcomplicate life and we try to have too many spinning plates at once. And it's just too much. Like, trying to change who we are so quickly all at once doesn't always work out. So try to simplify it, make it streamlined, and make it simple. So those are just a few of the reasons why I think you might not be achieving your goals. I know these are a few of the reasons why I haven't really been achieving certain goals that I've wanted to achieve. The first 2 reasons are definitely something that I feel like we should think about and talk about way more. The fact that it just might not be your time, and also it just might not be for you, because I feel like we never speak about the fact that sometimes the things we want, the things we're striving for, just aren't meant for us. Maybe we're meant for a different path, or maybe they're not meant to come this year, but it's going to come for you next year, or even in 10 years time. And when you look back, you'll be like, of course, this is exactly how this had to happen. This was a time where everything aligned. I could achieve this goal. Because trust me, at the end of the day, we're never fully in control. Even if we think we are, we aren't. So always keep that in mind, but still strive towards living the life that makes you happiest, that is filled with love, filled with good positive energy and all that goodness, because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. So make sure that in anything that you do, that's always at the heart of it. Make sure you're doing something that makes you feel good. But anyway, guys, I hope you found this really helpful. I'd love to hear some of the goals that you actually have achieved and comment down below. I'd love to hear some positive stories, positive energy, and I'd love to hear why you think you did achieve them, because obviously this is a lot about why you haven't achieved something. So do comment below any goals that you have achieved that you're really happy about. I'd love to hear about it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.